computer. Okay, so here we are in a WordPress website built with the Divi theme, and WooCommerce is installed. So we're going to edit the art cards with Divi. We're going to add a single a row, and the module is going to be shop, which is WooCommerce. And let's see, okay, default product count. Let's see, let's say the product count is 50.
I think it's 40. Oh, yeah,
Well,
50
43.
was
So 50 will mean they'll all show up.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want them?
It was in 3 columns.
Okay, 3 columns.
Yay, they came back. You're a
Oh my God, look at that. Well,
Yay!
yes, but the interesting thing is I haven't even selected the category yet, because in the other page order
Oh, we still have doubles.
doing
because it has all instead of just
right,
cards or
yeah,
just prints.
exactly. So let me see somewhere what we saw in the prints page was, let's see, content. Oh, okay, so default product count, layout, order, elements, somewhere here. Okay, somewhere in here, I'm not finding it, but we need to product view type count. Well, let's just hit save, but now let's see, green, settings, column, link, background. This is where Divi is so complicated. So it's not, okay, so it's in the.
Look at there, the rollover works.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
How come the rollover works?
Well, because it's the shop. I think the shop has it built in. But what I'm not seeing yet, well, here, let's do this. Let's save this page, which, oops, I got to get the, yeah, click the green save button over on the right. So now that's saved. So now we're going to go back to the dashboard, back to pages, all paintings, edit with Divi. A browser backup. No, I don't know what that is, but here's the thing. Was it under the green one? No, under this one. Oh, see, look at this product category. Oh no, wait.
Oh, these are just prints. They're not the art cards.
Yes. Oh, here we
the
go.
Rollover is working.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. This is what I didn't see in the cards page, but see here, it says included categories, and it has the 4 galleries. Okay.
Okay.
So now we need to go back
and get rid of the 4 just put
well, we
art
need
cards.
to go back to this page and edit the module and see. I don't see where we can add the categories.
Would it be in design?
It might be star rating titled. So under design, we've got overlay, image. Well, let's see. Let me search category. No, whoops. It would help if I spelled correctly. No. So let's go back to content and search for category. No options.
How about art card? Would that do it?
Card.
No.
Nope. Okay, so that is now a question we need to ask of Divi. And I could take some screenshots and email it to Anthony. I think one of the questions that I didn't answer. So Anthony is happy to take a look and try to figure it out. I think we figured out most of it right now, but I haven't figured out why I can't.
Separate the art cards out, like the prints were
Yeah,
separated out.
exactly. So we're getting close. We're getting
Yes, we
close.
are.
Yes.
Okay,
So
so now I'll be able to add the drop downs for the prints, right?
yes, exactly.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. And so let me I'll stop the share so we can see each other, and I'll stop the Alrighty, take two. I figured out where it is. So we're working on the arts card page. I edit with Divi. Here it is. And what we need to do is go to the settings, and under content, default. Now let's see, where was it? Oh, product view type. What we do is click on product category, and that's what brings up the category. So then we click art cards, and you see the page is now reconfigured, showing only the art cards. And it looks like in every case it's the image itself, but we have the rollover where when you roll over it, it shows the card itself. Yeah, so I think that's it. So I think we're good. So we click the purple three dots, go over to the bottom right and click save. And now it's saved. And now if we go to, let's see, toggle back, let's see, go to here. Well, if we exit Visual Builder up here, that's the Divi Visual Builder. So now we are looking at the page itself. And if we go to one of the cards, you see you have successfully added the single 5-card set or 10-card set. And if we go back to art cards, there they all are. And they all seem to have the thing. Notice that when you have not yet chosen one, add to cart is fuzzed out. Once you choose 1, 5, or 10 cards, then you can add it to the cart. When you go to view cart, there they are. And like I say, it's another question we'll have to try to figure out. It would be really nice to add the continue shopping. So if I add a 5-card set, add to cart, view cart, there they all are. 8 for single, 32 for 5, and 50 for 10. Coupons are allowed. Let's see. Oh, I guess you don't have any coupons, so oh no, there it is. It's ready to enter a code. So if I just type something in and say apply coupon, it'll probably give some error. Nope, no error saying no such coupon. Anyway, I think we're good to go. Okay, return to shop. That's what we want on all of the cart view options. Go to print. Yeah, so these don't yet have the drop downs. The information about the drop downs is still under additional information. So you can knock yourself out adding the variations following Angela's instructions. And okay, so now a new lesson here. I've gone to the dashboard. We're going to go to plugins, and I'm going to go straight to add new. And since I've searched for Ninja a million times, just Ninja. So I'm in your website and I'm searching. When you go to add new plugin, this is the database of all the plugins that WordPress has vetted. So here it is, Ninja Forms.
Ninja Beaver add-ons.
Right. Well, Beaver is Beaver Builder. It's a great page builder like Elementor and like Divi. Anyway, so we don't need those. But so now I've installed it. Now I click activate. And you see where right here, it's already added itself to your dashboard. And this is saying, yes, let me send occasional emails. So if that's well, do you want to get occasional emails from them?
No.
Okay. So, okay, not now. Okay. So by default, they start off with a sample contact me. So if you click that, I think it'll show it. Yeah, so here it is. And then you can change each of these, the little gear. So you could delete it, copy it, or change the settings, the message, this and that. And then this blue plus over here. Let me get that out of the way. So common fields, user information fields. And what's cool about this is, like, if you add US states, it creates a drop down of the 50 states. If you add the phone number, it has extra code, so it has to be a 10-digit number. And zip code has to be either 5 or 9. They have built-in features. And what's really nice here, the reCAPTCHA is the Google reCAPTCHA. So I just drag and drop, there it is. And
you do that with all those things? All
yes.
of those?
Yep, exactly.
And where did you find them?
Let's see. Well, let me say done first. Okay, so now your contact form has name, email, message, and reCAPTCHA. And down here at the lower right, you see this blue or white plus with a blue background. Roll over and it flips colors. So you click that. That means plus for add.
Okay.
So now you can add additional fields.
How do you do it? I saw the drag and drop, but where do you drop it?
You drop it wherever you want. If I put it here, it'll be here.
Oh.
Move it up. It's very user friendly, right? And so here for phone, as an example, we go to settings, display is description. So what I like to do is here, I'll say phone is not necessary, but if you'd like me to call you, then include area code with your phone number. Okay, so when I click done, see, so now it's got the title and a description.
Okay.
Oh, and then the other thing when we go, so one of the many options, right, required. So you see the red asterisk. But you don't want to make phone required. So now name, email, and message are required, but phone is optional.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how that works. And
where
then
can I still have my little contact me video and my picture?
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. So now I'm going to publish, which is the same as save changes. So here's the one thing is we haven't yet set up the reCAPTCHA.
What does reCAPTCHA mean?
Well, CAPTCHA, remember in the old days when at the bottom of a form, there'd be a little weird image graphic with sort of somewhat obscured letters, and they'd say type the code below, and you'd have to type in like
Oh,
Z,
yeah, I run into
right?
that all the time.
Yeah. And there's another form where it says, complete this math problem. It says 7 + 5 equals, and you have to type in the 12. And the point
Oh,
is that spam bots can't interpret that and know how to answer. Well, now they've gotten better and better. So a reCAPTCHA is what Google came up with. And those are the ones that say, I'm not a robot. And more have you go through at least 2, sometimes 3 screens of click all the bicycles, click all the buses, click all,
mhm.
that's all. So this Google. So reCAPTCHA is what they call it.
I see.
Yeah. And so in order to set it up so it's there, you have to enable developer mode. And then here's all this different stuff. And what you need is the site key, and those are different ones I've used over the years, and the secret key. And that's how SSL works. The whole thing about being a secure website.
Mhm.
Well, the way SSL works is you have a public key and a secret key or private key. And so version 2 is the regular I'm not a robot. Version 3 is all that click all the bicycles, blah, blah, blah. And so what you have to do, right here is you have to get a site key by registering your domain here. Okay, so this is now the Google reCAPTCHA admin board. And so I could do this, but then it's under my Gmail. If you want to do it for your Gmail, I would encourage you to do that. So I'm just going to leave this here, and I'll point out again.
I gotta go to new forms, which is under projects, and find general settings.
Well, actually,
or
here.
Settings.
So I'll take you right back to the beginning. Okay, so here we are at your dashboard. Ninja Forms is now on the
Here
dashboard.
it is.
So click on Ninja Forms. Here's the contact me form. Click on the settings icon, the little gear wheel, and edit. Scroll down to reCAPTCHA. Click on edit. Click on enable developer mode.
Holy cow.
I know, it's a lot of steps. And then right here, get a site key for your domain by registering here. And that opens up a new tab. We're now at google.com/reCAPTCHA/about. And this is V3, which is the more complicated. And I don't see anything, but you want to go to the admin admin console, and see, I have 17 sites that I've registered. I've registered many clients. But what I would do if you want is click on V2 checkbox. Oh, and here's other clients. In fact, Barry Mack and Carolyn Masters are both Dave Emmons clients. Anyway, it's funny, I don't see a new one. Anyway, what you will do, click that. If you aren't not already logged into Google, you'll have to log in anyway, and then click the plus, put a label, which can just be whatever, SEW, and then select I want to, I'm not a robot, add the domain. Your email will already be there probably, accept the terms, click submit, which I'm going to cancel now. And so I know I'm going quickly, but this is all on the.
I sure hope I can do this.
Well, the good news is I'm recording this. So later tonight, I will email you a link to this video.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not Zoom. I'm recording. It's not Loom, it's Zoom. So it'll be a different process. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to stop the recording here.